It's all about putting things in context, isn't it? And the evidence that Boris is giving today suggests that everybody's got it wrong. Lord Eddie Lister, who was the chief strategic advisor, told the enquirers the other day that Boris had said he would rather let the bodies pile high. Let the bodies pile high rather than impose another coronavirus lockdown. Apparently this is complete rubbish. Well, he told Lord Eddie Lister told the official inquiry on Tuesday that he recalled Johnson had made these comments in September 2020, and Dominic Cummings had previously said that Boris Johnson had said that he would prefer to let the bodies pile high in their thousands than impose another lockdown. But Eddie Lister was not the only person. So Patrick Vallance, the ex-chief scientific advisor, said Johnson had suggested elderly people should accept their fate, and he let the virus rip. And that was his approach in meetings, apparently. And so three people, evidence from three people: Cummings, Lister, and Vallance. And yet Johnson says, well, no. He said he wanted to save lives at all ages, and he had to challenge the consensus. And people were continuously saying in the media and elsewhere that the answer was to shield the elderly and let coronavirus rip. I needed to have the counter arguments. Well, where did he hear all these people saying shield the elderly and let coronavirus rip? Was that on his daily jogs through the crowds in the middle of London? Was that while he was walking the dog in the crowded streets of London and he was listening in on other people's conversations at a time when there was a ban on people congregating at all? I mean, where did he hear all these people continuously saying in the media? Oh my goodness! So he was trawling other people's messages, WhatsApp or whatever, but we don't have evidence of that because he cleaned his phone, or he couldn't get into his phone, or his phone was lost, or something to do with the phone anyway. Or maybe he has these secret WhatsApp things, or maybe he's scouring the dark web or something. I don't know. Where did he hear all these continual expressions of "let coronavirus rip"? Because if he heard it, then surely we should have heard it. The only person I've ever heard say "let coronavirus rip" was Boris Johnson. That's the only person who's attributed, in my mind, who we can fix that phrase to. Boris Johnson, let coronavirus rip. Who else said that? Where did he get that expression from? So I'm afraid I don't really believe him when he claims not to have said that in that particular way. He also claims that the parties have been misrepresented. It wasn't like that at all. No, it's like let it rip. There's only one decent song in Frozen, frankly. Actually, no, there is. Do you want to make a snowman is quite good, isn't it, really? But let it rip. 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 Ah! There you are. The transformation from Boris Johnson into Boris Johnson. The two Borises. Oh, it's hideous.